They are actors.
You know who Trump remind me of? You remember the movie Frank Lucas? You know that white boy that was after Frank Lucas, the main guy that was after Frank Lucas. Like he played dirty. He knew the way he plays. Like he's like, yeah, I know I play dirty to did things to catch you, but you take a bad guy to catch bad guys. It's kind of like that. Like you take a guy that know what they know to catch them. Like Trump know all their hangouts. He was at their parties. He know about Epstein, right? He know all they moves. So it's like, yeah, he was the best card to play because hey, I know they hang out here. I know they underground stores. I know how they rig it. Remember, you told us on the last, I think it was about two shows ago. You said that Hillary Clinton said something to Trump, and then Trump said, "Yeah, I know it's rigged because I use it." The system.
Yeah, he's talking about the system. He's talking about the system and the tax laws.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And not only that, you gotta remember, Trump, the first one who reported Jeffrey Epstein to the FBI. Mm. If he was doing dirt with Epstein, why would he be the first one to report it? Yes. Epstein is not on their radar until Trump complained about him taking little girls from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And then they made him go undercover and get all the information he could. There's a whole lot to that, to the layout of that Trump story with Epstein, and the modeling agencies and all of that stuff. Because remember, Trump used to own the Miss America pageant.
And that's where his old lady connected with it. She was one of them supermodel chicks.
That's why you see Epstein in all of those pictures with Trump. He was using his Epstein connection to hook him up with the modeling agency that overseen her. Then he paid for them not to molest her. He didn't want her molested, but then he told her, learn everything you can. Yeah. That's why she know all their signals. She know all their business. But they wasn't allowed to touch her because Trump paid a lot of money.
So do you think that the 9/11 thing gonna come back up? Because we know that was an inside job. We know that they named in them paperwork that Trump got about. I know 9/11 in there. That's like one of the calendars.
They already released those files.
Yeah, they did.
They still released the files, and they accused in the files say that it was George Bush, Dick Cheney, and one more guy. Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, it was a
They was the ones who was following out the old man Bush orders. Remember, the real reason they went in Iraq is because Saddam Hussein had a hit on the old man Bush. That's why they went in Iraq. It had nothing to do with 9/11. 9/11 was what they call a prelude to war. You have to cause a condition to get the people to support you going to war.
Yeah.
9/11 was the condition they created.
That's crazy. Let's roll that next one. We got a couple more. Man, go ahead.
That one was explaining what I was telling you about the changing of the Federal Reserve monetary system. The BRICS dollars, damning the dollar back home, because it's no longer accepted in BRICS nations as a reserve currency. Right? So all that was telling you the banking side and the history tied to it, that the banking systems was being used to siphon the wealth of the nation, of the people, and the people never seen any benefits of the wealth they generated.
Right.
Right. And this is why our major cities look so blighted. Because the wealth has been strangled out of them by foreign interests. The foreign interests they the reason we have a perpetual Congress. If you remember in early constitutional law, Congress only met for a couple of weeks out the year.
Right.
Right. Now they meet every damn day. You had to make them take holidays in order to get them from up there, and they all are lobbyists and special interests, and they all are influenced by their donors. Their largest donors are the ones that can control them the easiest because it's the financial backing. You got to remember, after every time you go through a campaign, whatever money left, you get to keep.
Right.
Right. So every so many years they run for office, and then people give them these massive donations that they don't need because ain't nobody running against them of any value. But that money end up being their personal wealth.
That's crazy, man.
Politics in America, baby.
Hey,
when you know how the game plays, you can explain it to the rest.
This right here system getting ready to burn, baby, burn.
Yeah. So you went down and started off that Elon Musk turned on Donald Trump, but it was a sting.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go back to when it happened, Brother Rich asked me, he said, what you think that is going on with Trump and Elon? I said, I don't know, but to me it looked like they playing good cop, bad cop, trying to squeeze somebody in the middle. Right? So then this come out and it's explaining what they was doing. They was playing good cop, bad cop, trying to squeeze somebody in the middle.
And they sent a message by blowing up that Cybertruck in front of the Trump Hotel, whoever they was after.
Yeah, because all that was when they was trying to activate those sleeper cells. And then that one sleeper cell woke up and rolled through New Orleans instead of going to get that little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allie. That's who they was putting the hit on.
And all of a sudden, yeah, like all of a sudden she pop out. Like she had been like right when all this happening, she come out. Diddy get arrested. Do you think Diddy is like a fall guy? I think Diddy was involved in some of this in some form or fashion, and he know a lot about it. Do you think they got Diddy out the streets because he could tell on? Because he could tell on some guys like Epstein and all of them? Because he was in New York with Epstein and all of them. You know Diddy know about Epstein, man. You know?
Look, only thing I gotta say about Diddy, if Clive don't go down with Diddy, Diddy wasted his time.
Right. Yeah, you got a point there. Number one guy.
Diddy was to all of them. Clive Davis, Larry Cohen,
L.A. Reid.
Yeah, L.A. Reid, Russell Simmons.
Yep.
Even the ones out west, the ones that was associated with Tupac.
Yeah. Jones, Jones, all of them.
Well, Quincy was a non-consequence or a non-factor in what Puffy was doing. But he was still a gatekeeper.
Man, you heard that story about about Michael Jackson putting some hands on Tupac over Quincy Jones' daughter. They say that that Michael Jackson was at a party, right? So they can say that Michael Jackson's at a party. He got Tupac is dating one of the daughters, right? The daughter he dated. Yeah, she's sitting on Michael Jackson's lap, right, at the party outside. Tupac come out there. He like, what the hell going on? He grabbed her up off of Michael Jackson, and he said, "Bitch, come on, get in the car, right?" And Mike said, "Hold on, you can't talk to her like that, right? You know how Mike talk." He said, "Man, Mike, mind your business." And then they went back and forth. They say Tupac swung on him. Man, they say Mike got hands, bro. That's Joe Jackson's son. It's Joe Jackson's son, man. They say Mike ducked him, caught him with two. Then Tupac tried to grab him. They say Mike spin kicked him. They fell on the ground, started wrestling, then they broke him up. But everybody saying Mike won. Mike won the fight.
Listen, you got to remember, one of the reasons Joe Jackson made them start practicing music was to keep the oldest boys away from the BDs. Disciples was chasing people, forcing them to be members, and at a particular time, they was at Jackie and Jermaine, they wanted them to join.
Mm-hmm.
I think they give an overview of it in the Jackson movie.
Mm.
And Joe was like, y'all gonna go join nothing. Y'all gonna join this damn band.
Right.
Right. And he formed a band to keep his boys out the street. And then Mike came in as a little boy singer.
Right.
He just started singing one day, and they let him join in, and the next thing you know, you got the Jackson 5. Right. But that's what that was all about. Now, that being said, Jackie got hands, Jermaine got hands. What do big brothers do to little brothers? Beat them up until they make them tough.
Yeah.
Come on now. We know the culture.
Yeah.
So he even show you that they used to have conflicts with the brothers. They used to be fighting each other.
Yeah.
That's what brothers do. Big brothers make little brothers tough. That being said, Mike traveling all around and them little girls jumping on you, and he had a few scraps.
Yeah.
We just probably never heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some little jealous hearted little boy with a broken heart wanted to knock his teeth out. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you gotta remember, he was an adolescent all the way to then he was a teenager. He was famous the whole time.
Yeah.
So he had to eventually start hiring bodyguards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Purple Passion got hands too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah. Prince. Oh yeah, I heard stories about Prince put some hands on some guys, slapping a couple guys.
He'll whip your ass with them stacks on.
I heard him about him slapping a couple guys up too. I was like, what? Prince slapping guys?
They don't take the purple passion to be his motherfucking definition. That ain't all he was. He was using that to sell music and to be an artist. His dress style and his music ain't had nothing to do with his manhood.
Right. He dressed like a vampire to me, like from the medieval times, you know.
Mm-hmm. All that fluffy. That's European. That's European dress.
Yeah.
You call it French style. The French.
Yeah.
With the fluffy fiffies and the fluffy wrist, that was the French.
Yeah. Man, you know something? They said P. Diddy used to slap guys up and rough them up, but P. Diddy got some hands. I heard stories about him roughing guys up for real.
He got in a couple of fights Suge Knight. What did you talk about? When Wolf got killed in Atlanta, him and Suge had got into a fight.
What?
Right before that happened.
That's crazy, man.
Suge was trying to, big brothery, rough him up. He wasn't buying it. Then another time, Suge went into a dressing room where he was at, shut the door, said that nobody come in, and they was moving furniture in that mug. Nobody know who were, but Puffy ain't no punk on that level.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Puffy got some hands too. Yeah, hey.
You can't grow up where most of us grow up and don't know how to fight.
Right.
You might not be the best, but somebody got to have some real good hands to beat you. Right. Especially when you one of them ones that stay to yourself and don't have no pack of niggas with you.
Yeah.
Right? And then they think, oh, he a lone wolf. I can whoop him. I got my boys with me, and sometimes him and his boys get whooped.
Yeah. It had been times where I heard that they said that Tupac was rowdy, right? And they said they had came in contact with Nas. And they said that Snoop Dogg said that, man, Nas had about, like, he used to roll with the Supreme crew. You know, them guys were real killers, man. Them guys, the Supreme guys, the 5% Supreme guys. They said that Tupac was acting all crunk, but Snoop Dogg said he had noticed like 3-4 guys with their hand in their coat. They were with Nas. He said, hey, they were about to get off on them. Tupac was trying to get off on Nas, but they were about to get off on them. He said he told Tupac to chill, man. It's no chill. It's something going on right here.
Nas said Snoop blew that all out of proportion.
No, I say it wasn't like that, huh?
He says me blew out of proportion. He exaggerated it.
Okay.
He said they did meet up, but they wasn't hostile with each other out the gate.
Yeah.
They both felt they needed to have a conversation, and they, had to get their soldiers to stand down so they could have a conversation, and they had one.
Right. That makes sense.
I say that's all happened. They had a conversation. Now I was going to go into no details about what they really talked about, but that was right after he did the Death Row East announcement.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it happened. Right after that.
Yeah.
And then he told Nas, my bad, dog. I'm dissed you in some tracks, man. Before we had this conversation, he said, when I get back, I'm gonna clean that stuff up. Next thing you know, he was in Vegas.
Yeah.
He didn't get to clean it up. But you gotta remember, Nas was invited to be on that One Nation album too.
Yeah. 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 Hey, what about your boy E40 Water? Because they say E40 Water, people say, man, you get into it, you diss him, and then you come to LA. Man, look, they say you don't need to come to LA if you diss E40, man. They say
San Francisco, the Bay.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls.
He's from the Bay.
Yeah, he from the Bay. They say you come to. They said Biggie Smalls had did a diss tape on him or said something about him. He did a show in San Francisco. Soon as he got out the show, going to the limo, some guys, 2, 4, 5 big guys, approached him with AKs. Say, hey, you could come with us. E want to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, he got scared. They say they put a phone to his ear, and then E40 talked to him and told him let him go, right? But you didn't want to get
again. What is that showing you though?
Huh?
What is that? They had a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Most of us be beefing in the hood and don't even know why we beefing because we ain't never had a conversation with the person that's supposed to be our enemy.
Go ahead, right?
If we sit down and have a conversation and we be sincere, we might find out, damn, we got a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Maybe we could turn something around in our community by having these conversations. Most of us don't know we was infiltrated by people that look like us, and we letting the people that look like us keep telling our kids to kill each other.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We ain't hipping them to the game enough where they know how to move and how to sort out the enemy in their midst.
Right.
Right? So we ain't giving them, or they ain't listening, one of the two. It's not a whole lot of people out there telling them that they got some people in y'all community that look like y'all that ain't y'all. They want to see y'all all fall.
Yeah. Yeah. Real tough.
Right? Once you understand that, though, you can say, okay, do I really need to go over and ride on them dudes, or is this dude super me up? One of them ones that look like us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because once you understand how they move, they can't trick you no more.
Yeah.
You see it every time.
Yeah.
They do it every time. They're going to start some gunplay with somebody to get the team involved.
Yeah.
And they don't have no off switch, but they ain't never around when the real drama happens.
Yeah.
Everybody get killed but them.
Yeah.
Everybody go to prison but them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Setup artists.
They say your boy MC Hammer wasn't no joke neither, man. They say you say something about Hammer, man. Some guys he had about 15 killers with it. For real. Like that was all his kin people.
Look, the girl Hammer got hands too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, remember, man, out west they run that fade.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They run that fade. Everything is not a shooting in the West Coast. They think every time that the gangs have a conflict, somebody gets shot. No, 90% of the time, there's no firearms involved. It's run that fade. I got a problem with you.
Right.
That's going all the way into the penitentiary. They first order ain't to stab nobody.
Yeah.
Run that fade.
Yeah.
But if it's a whole collision, a riot situation where whatever happened.
Yeah.
It's full blown chaos, survival at all costs. But that ain't they culture.
Right.
So guys like 40 Water and Hammer, growing up where they grew up, the locals wasn't gonna not let you be tested. You're not coming out this hood shining no bad light on us talking about we pumping out punks.
Right.
You won't be able to handle yourself wherever you go, or else you gonna shine a bad light on us. When they ask you where you from, and you tell them I'm from the Bay, they like, oh, them Bay niggas soft. They not buying that. They not going to allow that to happen if they can do something about it. Right. But in this new era, we got the worst of the worst because they are threatening to shoot you and tell on you if you do something to them. Like, that ain't gangster at all.
Call the police if you do something to them. That's crazy.
So it's a lot of people wearing red hats or red cloaks or red caps, right? Then the next thing, when he points to that dark circle at the bottom, he says it's going to be one native chief telling the people about the old ways, why this is going on. Mm-hmm. Right? Then he say the final punishment, the ones on the top, they gonna get beheaded as their punishment. And he say, in the awakening, they gonna ask that chief about how his people was treated. And he gonna say they took everything from us. So now we want everything back. Mm-hmm. Right? So the prophecy is fulfilling itself in real time. Right. But we don't know what it looked like because most of us don't know the prophecies. Right? The prophecy of the black wolf. Mm-hmm. Be it true or not, there's many black wolf legends throughout the tribes. And the thing that followed after the quoting whoever he was quoting was accurate to the prophecy of the Hopi that we just went over. Mm-hmm. Right? So they parallel to the same degree. You also had one prophecy of a white buffalo, and that white buffalo was born in North Dakota a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right? Then there's another prophecy about the white elk. The white elk was seen in 2016. So all of this prophecies of these rare sightings of rare animals of their species are all signs for the shaman to read. Right. They don't mean nothing to regular people. It's just a pretty animal. But for the shaman from the land, it's telling him something. You can't see all this stuff back to back like this if it ain't telling you something. Now you got to translate it and see what it's telling you. Right? And that's how we get information to answer what's going on behind the scenes that they're not putting out in the public.
Mm-hmm. And he said some like the same. Like the other dude was saying some ships gonna come when the black wolf come. Then he was talking about some people coming down the sky. I may tend like the way he sound like it's some extraterrestrials like coming down. The way he was describing it.
Mm-hmm. Comes from the ship.
It's the same thing he mentioned in the Bible. It says 3 men came to Abraham, and one of them. Man, this right here is so this was my questions, Rod. So all these earthborn prophecies really is just coming. It's fulfilling us to get back where we started. Like before the dirty guys came. Whoever they are before they came, we going back to the original ways. It's like it's a reset. It's a reset. Pretty much all that these signs is a sign of a reset to a new age or a new beginning.
Yeah, we call it a restoration. Right, and as the brother said, it's called a jubilee. Mm-hmm. Right, forgive our debts as we forget our debtors. Forgive us our trespass. Forgive those who trespass against us. Mm-hmm. Right, but forgive don't mean forget, and it don't mean they don't need to be punished.
Right.
Because you forgive, that means that you don't hold animosity in your heart that keep you from rising up. But that don't mean that if you had an opportunity, you still can't behead them.
Right.
Some of them, you can't trust them. I forgive you, but I don't trust you. You got to go.
Right.
Right? So I'll be the one pour the lever on the guillotine concerto in the public domain and be smiling. What they did, you did it to us.
Right.
Well, I'm not gonna let you get away with it.
That's the same thing your brother is in jail.
And won't even have one nightmare.
Yeah. Hey, you know something though? Your boy, man, I was just about to say it too. That's man, what's happening now? You know, it's like it gives you the goosebumps. Like how long is it gonna happen? In days or months? But it's happening. It's like it's happening faster than what we think, and than what you.
Yes, I call it the slow building, the building falling slow.
Yeah,
skyscraper. That mug look like it's falling slow to you trying to get from under it.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you realize how fast it's really falling.
Yeah. Hey, we'll take a couple questions for the crowd, man. Hey, y'all, drop your chats, drop your questions in the link for Chief Raw Hayes. Whatever you got.
First three, Eddie.
We'll take three, then we'll get out of here. We already over the time anyway, but it's all good. I ain't got nowhere to go. Hey y'all, if you want to show Brother Rod Hayes some love for the Clash, you know how we do it. We got to keep Rod from working at the plantation, man. We got to keep him rock watching these suckers, man. 24 hours a day. We need Rod watching these suckers 24 hours a day. Keep us updated, cause like I'm telling you, man, it plays a big part. Even if you ain't physically out trying to stop these people, just by you being aware of what's going down, it's another nail to their coffin. You don't even know how much. Just you being aware of knowing what's happening, it's another nail to their coffin in the mental plane. I'm telling you, man, it's more powerful than what you know just by you being aware. You know?
When the people realize somebody is actually telling us what they're doing while they're doing it, and it's all connecting the dots, that's how you be in Magnolia, Mississippi. So when I say Miss Ice is standing on pie, I'm talking about my mother as the queen mother of my family's inheritance.
Right.
And the 360 degrees circle touches the Appalachians on the east, the Canadian border on the north, and the Rocky Mountains on the west.
Okay.
Right. But then it also goes into the Gulf of America, formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh.
So it's telling the triangulation of a territorial birthright being identified in the Masonic codes, which ties to geometry and geography. If you don't know where your land at, then you don't know what land you claim. So you put the twin in it at the center of pi, and then you draw the circle from the center, tying the string to the center. You can make a perfectly 360 degree circle, right? Using the workman's tools called the compass.
Okay. Gotcha. That's
right. What you saying?
All right, that's perfect, because I was gonna go into that. I received a download saying, okay, and it kept telling me, look at Mississippi. Look at Mississippi. So I heard what you said about the Miss Isis pie. But then when I looked at it as well, I saw two caduceuses.
You saw two what?
Is that what they call the two stakes and the pillar?
Caduceus.
Ain't that a caduce? Yeah. So two caduceuses, I guess you would call them, and then pi, and then also St. Louis's area code is 314.
and I'm only about 20 miles from Cahokia Mounds. And also, it told me look at the water first. So I live right by the Mississippi and the Missouri River. And if you know, those two rivers are just as long as the Nile.
That's
Missouri is
called,
actually the first longest river in the United States, and Mississippi is the second.
yeah. So where they meet at is referred to as the junction of the two Niles.
Yeah, the confluence. The confluence.
Yeah. Most people don't know that the Kemetic plateau was developed as a replica of America by Tahuti.
Right, right, right,
Right. So it's smaller than the whole of America, but all of the monuments is made up based on things that was over here.
right, right, right. Okay. So so what do you think about that Mississippi as the Caduceus? What would that mean with
So the
if
caduceus is an ancient symbol. It's a serpent that wraps around a snake. The original caduceus looked like a dollar sign almost.
right, right.
And
Not the two snakes, just the one snake.
right.
Okay.
That's the called the staff of Asclepius,
Okay.
right? And it's the same symbol Moses used to heal the Israelites when they told him to wrap the serpent around the staff.
Right.
The symbol is talking about genetics and healing, homeopathic healing,
Okay.
right? When you see the serpent wrapped around the egg, is a different symbol. The egg is symbolic of the world egg or the universal egg of creation. The egg means infinite potential. So the serpent is wisdom wrapping around the infinite potential of whatever it is to be birthed from the egg. Then you
Okay.
have um, the double caduceus, which they use in modern medicine with the two wings on the top. The double caduceus is the symbol for the DNA helix, and the two wings on the top is the left and right hemispheres of the brain.